Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Taha Standard Weekly Roundup, where we basically go over every single thing that's happened in the past week to do with Reading FC. Before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment down below what you think about all the subjects that we're going to speak about in today's video. And most importantly, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and turn that notification bell so you never miss an upload. So, first things first, let's go through the Luton game on Saturday, FA Cup third round, a 1-0 loss. We played a pretty young lineup, a lot of youngsters that we haven't really seen before. So for the lineup for the game on Saturday, we had Luke Southwood in goal, Estevez right back, Ethan Bristow left back, Tom McIntyre and Jerry Dorset centre back, Oliver Pendlebury making his debut, Jaden Onan with his first start as well, Alpha Semedo, Michael Olise, Sonny Aluko and Sam Baldock as captain. On the bench, we have Kanaya Boyce-Clark, Imari Samuels, Tom Holmes, Dejan Tetek, Mamadi Kamara, Connor Lawless, and Nahum Melvin Lambert. I think we were all expecting to play a pretty young side. I wasn't expecting Elise to be in there, to be honest. Also Mado, really. I was honestly expecting like a full young lineup, but out of that starting 11, only Baldock, Luco, Semedo, and Jaden Onan and Thomas Estevez haven't like come through our academy. Obviously, Onan is with the under-23s, but we only signed him in the summer from Brentford. So, and then obviously the whole bench is for our academy. So it's just a really nice thing to see. And they played pretty well. First half, obviously, we conceded. George Moncur with a nice finish on the volley to make it 1-0. But second half, we really turned it up a gear. And there was a lot of chances. Sonny Aluko hit the ball from about 6 yards out. I don't know how he missed it. Melvin Lambert in the dying seconds as well. So close to scoring his first Reading goal on only his second substitute appearance. And then Jaden Onan missed, I think, 2 follow-ups. And there's another one where Sam Baldock, I think he might have, well, Estevez did a nice little roulette, played it to Baldock. Baldock might have nutmegged someone. It was probably the best thing he's ever done in a Reading shirt, to be honest. And then he shot keeper parody wide, I think it's Thomas Luger. And then Jaden Onan on the follow-up, he skied it. And I think he tried to follow up Melvin Lambert in 9 seconds and skied that as well. So, overall, I think it's a pretty decent performance. I've seen a lot of people give praise to Pendlebury. I personally didn't think he was that bad. Oh, I know. I thought he was quite bad, to be honest. I didn't think he played that well, but that's just my opinion. But yeah. But honestly, I think that was a good performance from such a young side. I thought Estevez actually had a pretty good game as well. And Luco was all right. Elise, you could tell he was better than everyone else on the pitch, but he didn't. I don't think he was as good as we know he can be. I think he just kind of was in second gear and just didn't really get going. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty decent performance. I also thought Alpha Semedo played in his natural position and he played well. So Pavlovic, Semedo as a defensive midfielder, play him in defensive midfield, and then he might actually play well. But yeah, so overall, pretty decent performance. Not fussed about the FA Cup. Hopefully, we can concentrate on the league. But that does lead us into the league, and we're not going to have a game this weekend. It was just announced. I'm recording this on Tuesday afternoon, and it was announced a couple of hours ago that Reading Brentford on the 16th of January is now been called off because Brentford have now got COVID cases, which means their game against us on Saturday and their game against Bristol City tomorrow night, they've all been called off due to COVID. So that's now a 17-day break between league games for the first team. So hopefully, we'll see the likes of Liam Moore, Yaku Mate, Lewis Gibson, Felipe Arunia, all these types of players just coming back slowly as we've had that long break that, they can utilise to get back to fitness. So fingers crossed that hopefully by the time we come back for that game against Coventry in a week's time, I think, then yeah, hopefully we'll be fully fresh and we can get revenge on Coventry as they beat us to end our 7-game winning run at the start of the season. So now let's get into the transfer news. Omar Richards is one of 2 people that we're talking about. Michael Olise, no new developments on him as far as I can remember over the past week. You're always going to hear clubs are interested. I think I've seen Villa now interested in the past week, but nothing's really developed on that story. But Omar Richards, the last couple of weeks, so we've had, I think it was The Athletic, Telegraph and Sky Sports all say that Bayern Munich have made an approach, but then some local press are saying that that's not the case. It's a weird one. Loads of people saying different things, and it's a hard one to make a judgment on. I personally think he will go, but that's what I think. I think when Sky Sports, The Athletic, and Telegraph, three of the biggest football media publications, when they're all saying the same thing, you kind of lean towards them. So yeah, but fingers crossed they're wrong and he does stay. The way I see it is that yes, he's going on free, but at least we get until the end of the season, because I think people were worried about losing him in January. So fingers crossed, we either get some money for him in January or he stays to the end of the season or whatever. I don't know. I just want to get it done now, because I feel like this one's going to drag on till the end of the window, and we're about halfway through, and we haven't had any signings come through the door. But one we've been linked with again is Pedro Mendes. Yes, that striker from Sporting Lisbon, which we've been linked with for like what feels like years, probably about the past year and a half, 2 years. He's been linked with us again. His loan at Almeria, where Jose Gomez, I think, is still managing. It's not worked out. He's only made like 5 appearances or something like that. And he's been linked with us again. Apparently, that loan's ending and he is coming to us. That's what the Portuguese and Spanish media are saying. Nothing English media-wise has come out about that. I don't know. I feel like it's just agent talk again, because apparently Vitória Guimarães, who are in the Portuguese league and also like their Premier League, have also been linked. So fingers crossed that. To be honest, I don't even know if I want that signing, because I feel like he could be a good backup for Lucas Schaub. Obviously, I don't know much about him, and to be honest, I'm surprised I don't know much about him, because he's been linked with us for like so long. But yeah, so hopefully that can get resolved. I just kind of want to sign him now, because I'm kind of sick of all the speculation about him every single window. It's clearly one I think the owners and people like that are looking for. It must be agent talk. We've had like 3 or 4 different managers in that time. There is no way that all of them are there going, yeah, Pedro Mendes want him. There is no way. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get. I'd like him in. Then we've had, I think, Sam Smith. Sam Smith came back from his loan at Tranmere. 7 appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists. Probably, either we're going to loan him out, but I think he's definitely going to get released at the end of the season. I can't see him playing a part in the first team, which is a shame, because he looked all right when we made Jaap Stam, I think, gave him his debut a couple of years ago, and thought he looked pretty good then. But he's had a couple of failed loans, and it's just not really worked out for him. So hopefully we can sell him on a permanent deal, and that's what the hope is. Sam Walker has actually made his exit as well. Loan deal to AFC Wimbledon until the end of the season. Clearly impressed at Blackpool. So it's good for him. But again, probably going to get released at the end of the season. Kind of happy, to be honest. I didn't think he was that great anyway. But yeah. 4 more little things quickly. Gabriel Ocho, the person that we released in the summer, did sign for Luton and did play against us. So that was his debut for Luton against us. A couple of things about people coming in as well. I believe it was Cohen Bramall, the Colchester left back we have been linked with. Personally, I think it'd be a decent signing. Obviously, probably a replacement for Omar Richards should he leave, but apparently Cohen Bramall is someone we're looking at taking on a fairly cheap deal as well, because his contract is up at the end of the season. There was someone else. I can't remember who it was. Ilias Chair, that was it. The Sun are reporting that us, Watford, Brentford, and one of Swansea, Brentford, not one of Swansea, not so right. 4 of the top 6 are after Ilias Chair. That's what I remember. We're one of them, and then I think it's Watford, Swansea, and one of the relegated. I can't remember who exactly, but apparently we're all tracking Ilias Chair. So that's a decent deal. And just one little thing as well: Jordan Holsgrove made his La Liga debut for Celta Vigo at the weekend, which is absolutely fantastic for him. You know, we always thought that he'd have a great career, and we've sold him to them for an undisclosed fee in the summer. And he's gone on and made his debut. So proud for the club. To see academy graduate playing the Liga is a bit odd, but hey ho, there he is playing in the Liga for Celta Vigo. So I think that is it. We'll see if there's going to be a roundup next week. Obviously, if there's no game, then there's not really much point. But transfers, that's pretty much going to be it for like the next 2 weeks. That's all transfers is going to be. So there may be one next week, depending on if we see a lot of incomings and departures, but I highly doubt it. But in 2 weeks' time, if there isn't one next week, it will definitely be a massive one and a long one, because I'm sure there is a lot that we'll have do cover. So thank you very much for watching. If you didn't already like the video, make sure you do that. Comment down below on your and just share your opinions about any of the subjects that we've spoken about in today's video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn that notification bell on so that you never ever miss an upload. Thanks, guys.